Amristar, or Amritsar. I apologize if I mispronounced this. This is it's the Golden Temple from India. And in this game, you are building this beautiful thing. I would love to see this in real life. It looks fantastic. Now, realize that this is going to be a big Euro-style game with lots of things. Let me show you a bit of it. I'm going to go over only a few things in this. I'm not going to be giving you a full overview of the game. I'm just showing you a few of the main conceits of the game. You're going to be moving your elephants around, and what you want to do is make donations. You'll make donations in different spots to get points, and each round of the game, the donations will be more valuable or having the most donations in a spot. You're going to need resources to do these. There are 3 different resources included in this game. And what players are going to do on their turn is you're going to move your elephant, and you can move them around the outside here. You can always move one space, but you'll have to pay coins to move them farther. And if you pass wherever the Maharaja is, you'll have to pay points to go past them. But you want to get your elephants in spots and pick up these cubes to be able to drop them down here. After you move your elephant, you're then going to pick a group of people here, and you'll move them one at a time, dropping one off in each section. Wherever you drop the last one off, you will do the main action of one of these tiles. So for example, I could take 2 coins here. I could do this action. There's various actions that will happen. And then you look at the color you drop there, and if there's a color that matches that, in this case yellow, I can do this secondary action. And if your elephant is there, then you could do another one of the main actions. So if you set it up right, you can do multiple actions. A lot of what you're doing is you're upgrading your main board that you have here. You're going to have trackers here where you're going to keep track of things. This is track of your taxes, which you'll have to pay after each round. You can lower your taxes. Here you get resources. Here you have all sorts of special abilities. You also have a storage space here to store more, to store the different goods. 4 is not a lot, but you're going to be able to upgrade these by adding more storage spaces from the side. They'll each have storage here, but they also might have some sort of special ability. They also might increase your taxes. You'll have these at the top. Whenever someone activates that color worker, you get to do that action. Everyone starts with 1, which is making a donation, but I can add more of these so that I get to do an action after everyone else goes. And then there's even more tiles that you can place here in the bottom. So this game is all about upgrading. You'll get a second elephant movement on a turn if you upgrade this section here. There are so many different ways to upgrade, which is a lot of the building actions that you will see on the side here. And you can see the color of the hammer also shows the resources you use to do those buildings. There's a lot more than that, but it is all about building the temple. You're going to be slowly building this central temple, and when that's done, whoever has the most points is the winner. There's much more involved in that, but hopefully that gives you an idea of the basic gist of the game. Like I said, there's a whole lot more going on in the game than that, but essentially the game is a Mancala thing, where you're moving your elephant around, and you have to decide whether you want to pay points and things, but then it's about picking up the workers and moving them. And that's the kind of the meat of the game, that one action. Because this game isn't particularly a game that has a lot of complexity to it, but it kind of branches off in paths. I move here, and then these are the 3 actions I take. I'm trying to manage resource. At the beginning of the game, you have this very small, you can only hold 4 resources, so I need to use those to build things. So I build the more storehouses first, or I build the other actions that I can take on other people's turns, and that's where the game's just fascinating because it kind of spirals out. For people with analysis paralysis, it's going to be tough because they're going to always want 3 actions, right? You always want to go to where your elephant is and have the color, and so you get 3 different actions. It just doesn't always work out, and or those 3 actions may not be optimal. 2 actions over here might be better, and looking at all the different possibilities, you sit there and go, come on, make a move already. So be careful who you would play this with. But I found it to be fascinating, especially in the customization of your board. I got 3 tracks I can move up. Ooh, which one am I going to push? Am I going to even push moving up the tracks? Or am I going to build the storehouses? Or am I going to put down the different endgame scoring things? Or putting out the tokens that let me go on other people's turns? It just feels like I can make my board mine. And I enjoy that part of it. It's a little slower and slightly longer than I would like. The pieces are gorgeous. Those big elephants are neat, and putting cubes in those as you slowly are removing cubes from your board, putting them in the elephant and walking that elephant around. I love stuff like that. So I enjoyed this one. I'd give it a 7.5. A beautiful cover, cool theme, barely recognized in the game, but it's still there, right? And then just kind of this become your own board by the end. That stuff is fun.